How are you doing, guys? My name is Luis Quevedo. I'm one of the experts here at Hardware NYC. Thank you for watching this video. I'm going to try to bring you some information that may be useful in this segment that we call In Case You Didn't Know. Really important things that we're going to be reviewing today. The status of the unemployment claims, the PPP loans, the government program that allows you to access some funds, some cash during these hard times. We're also going to be reviewing the current regulation that the TLC has put in place, allowing you to have temporary partitions in your vehicle that will create some separation between you and your passengers. Very important thing to have under consideration, especially if you are planning to go back to work. And number three, the plan that the state, New York State, has to reopen the city and put everybody back to work. Businesses that move New York will be reopening soon, according to the plan that the government has. So we will explain a little bit of what that will be and how this will develop during the upcoming weeks. So please stay tuned. This is In Case You Didn't Know. The status of the unemployment claims and the PPP loans. A lot of Uber drivers now are being able to receive the money for their unemployment claims. Finally, some of this has been finally processed by the government, and people is receiving this money. More and more drivers are able to receive this benefit, averaging $600 a week. At the beginning, it was really rough for everyone trying to go through the process, understand how this whole thing will work, what documents to submit, how to upload them, how to send them to the labor department. But finally, a lot of people are starting to receive those that income, that $600 a week average that every driver is receiving nowadays. So that's working. But on the other hand, we have the PPP loans, and this is a very interesting thing because we are right now in the second round of funding for the PPP loans. There was a lot of people that believed that money was going to be gone very soon, as fast as the money was deployed in the first round. And seeing lenders sending messages out there saying that you might not even be able to receive any money on this second round due to the amount of applications that are already in place. We are now finding out that almost a week ago, 40% of the funds that was is still available. 40% of the money that was put in place for this second round was still available. And now lenders, instead of telling you, I'm sorry, we cannot handle your application because we have too many, and probably you will not be able to receive any money because by the time that we go through your application, that money should be gone. Now they're trying to reach out and encourage you to apply for these loans because there's still money available that hasn't been distributed between anyone who can be able to qualify for it. So the money is there, it's still available. If you want to apply, you should apply. You as an independent driver, you qualify for this money and you should try to apply for it. Very important thing to remember here is that the main reason why we have the PPP loans is for the people to be able to leave unemployment and use this money as a source of income. So if you currently are receiving money for unemployment and you apply for a PPP loan, as soon as you get your money in your account, you need to stop collecting for unemployment. So that's number one. If you receive the money from the PPP loan, you want to stop collecting for unemployment. Number two, regarding this program is that the money that is you're going to receive from it, it's based on your net income shown in 2019. Some people haven't filed yet their taxes for 2018. If you apply for this loan, most likely your lender is going to ask you to do that because they want to see your Schedule C for 2018. They might not use the one that you have for 2018 as a reference. They need to know what exactly the numbers will be in order to grant you the money. And they will probably ask you to file your taxes for 2018 in order to get that number. Your net income, you can find it in your Schedule C in your taxes. is the one of the last lines that you will see in your Schedule C, and which basically is the month that you see after you have deducted all your expenses. So let's say you say that your annual net income was $12,000. Well, the PPP loan will allow you to receive an average of 2 months and a half from that annual income. So in other words, you make $12,000 net income a year after you deducted all your expenses. Then your average income is $1,000. So your average income times 2 months and a half, that will be $2,500. So you will be getting a loan of $2,500 for 2 months of income, for net income. So very important to have in consideration if that makes sense for you. Like I said, unemployment, it's already paying about $600 a week. So that's about $2,400 a month, versus the PPP loan that you will only give you 2 months and a half of your net income. So depending how you do your taxes, probably that amount that you would get, it would be very, very low compared to what you will receive for unemployment. So you gotta review that probably with your accountant and see what makes most sense. But for people who does have a very high net income, it probably will make a lot of sense to apply for the PPP loan. Also, this is money that is given to you and you don't have to pay it back as long as you meet the requirements. Here in the link, you will see here at the bottom of this video, you will see the requirements that you need to meet in order for this loan to be forgivable. But the most important thing you have to have in consideration is that the big difference with unemployment is once you start working, you have to stop collecting for unemployment because you are now back to work. But with the PPP loan, you get this money, and next day you're gonna start working. So you can still have this money that was sent to you through this program. You use it according to the guidelines that they give you for these funds to be forgivable, and at the same time you can start working if you decide to do that, right? So that's to summarize. These are the very important things that you need to remember about the PPP loan. 1, if you get it, you have to stop for unemployment. 2, it's based on your net income, so check your taxes. If your net income is very low, probably wouldn't make any sense to apply for it and just keep collecting for unemployment if you already have that. And number 3, if you get these funds available to you in your account, you don't have to return the money, or you don't have to stop collecting the money or using the money if you get back to work. So a lot of people is trying to now get back to work, but you still can apply for this loan. And if you start working, you get an income as a driver, you are able to use still this money that was sent to you into your account, which is the big difference with the unemployment, that you can receive unemployment benefits if you start working, right? That's the theory behind it. So that's the main difference there, and I hope this information helps. New temporary regulations that have been approved by the TLC that allows you to add a partition inside your vehicle. It's something that has been recently released early this month. And so now you can install this partition in your car. Some drivers, or probably a lot of drivers, they already have a partition installed in their vehicles, but now you have to make sure that that partition that was installed in your car, or you currently have, was installed by a approved installer that the TLC has listed in their website. So that's the most important thing, because we're being told that drivers could get a ticket if you don't have a partition that was installed by a approved installer. So if you have one, make sure that was installed by a approved installer. Keep the receipt of such installation and the money that you pay for such installation from that installer in your glove compartment, because if you get pulled over by the TLC, that's the only way you can prove that was the case, that this is improved by the proper company. And if you don't have an installation yet, but you are thinking of getting one, that's what you need to look for, right? It has to be done by approved company that's been approved by the TLC, and that information you can find it in the TLC website. Also, we will have a link to that section of the TLC website so you can see all the approved installers that the TLC has right now. So very important thing, if you want to have some level of separation, like you can see now in restaurants or on major stores, that the employees that work there have a plexiglass in front of them to create some separation and protection for them against the virus and against the COVID-19. You can have the same type of partition now in your vehicle. It's approved by the TLC, but I think once again, it has to be done by an approved installer. Number 3, the plan that the New York City has to get back to work and reopen businesses and other places that gather public, and that has been closed during the current regulations in a way to stop the spread of the COVID-19. So in case you didn't know, plans are to reopen already most of the areas around New York in different phases, and as long as the areas meet some of the requirements that the state has for it. Basically, what's going to be happening, it's upstate is being open first. The Long Island probably will follow, and then New York City, the 5 boroughs, will be open right after that. That means that probably we're going to see some action in the streets, some businesses are going to be opening, and probably people will need transportation services in order to get around and go between these different places. So each area is going to open in different phases. Phase number 1, construction companies and retail companies that have a curbside pickup. Phase number 2 will include financial service companies, people who work in offices like that, law firms, probably accounting firms, insurance offices. Phase number 3, it's going to have places such as restaurants opening to the public. And phase number 4 is going to be limited to places that have large gatherings, such as entertainment places, events, stadiums, and educational places such as colleges, universities, and schools. What we're seeing is that this is going to be happening, and already some drivers are getting ready for it. Some drivers are already starting to try to get their plates back from storage from the TLC, and some drivers are trying to upgrade their vehicles or find a ride that will help them to do this. Every situation is different, but we're starting to see that some drivers will try to get back to work as soon as possible, as soon as the state is reopened, and hopefully we all go back to normal in the upcoming months. All right, this is all what I have for today. In the next video, we're going to try to talk about a little bit about insurance and the DMV, what you can do now with your insurance company and with your insurance policy in terms of the premium that you need to pay, and what are the options there, and also if you need to do different changes or different stuff with your vehicle with the DMV, what you can start to do that, and what would be the steps in order to get that done. Please subscribe to this channel if you want this type of information and be notified as soon as we release one of the videos. Hopefully you find it useful. If you like this video, please just give a thumbs up, and please, it will be very, very important for us. It means a lot if you subscribe to the channel. We try to bring you as much useful information as possible. So please subscribe to the channel. We're going to try to keep you updated as much as we can with all information related to New York City, and bring you as much as useful information as we can. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much for watching.